This episode is proudly supported by Fine Food Australia. It's only a few weeks until Fine Food Australia, the country's leading trade event for food service and hospitality, is back on in Sydney. As a professional in the food industry, you know the importance of staying ahead, discovering new trends, connecting with suppliers, and finding the inspiration to move your business forward. For over 40 years, Fine Food Australia has been the ultimate destination for chefs, restaurateurs, cafe owners, food retailers, and distributors alike. With over 900 exhibitors across 12 product categories, featuring both local and global brands, Fine Food Australia is where you'll find what's next, what's new, and what's driving the food industry forward. Make sure you register online before the 8th of September to secure free trade entry, so you don't have to pay $45 at the door. Don't miss Fine Food Australia on from the 8th to the 11th of September at ICC Sydney Darling Harbour. For more information, go to www.finefoodaustralia.com.au.
Hospitality, I'm not going to lie, it is an extremely hard game, but it is an amazing game. So it is an exciting game. It is a great industry to be in.
Hey everyone, it's Dani Valent here with you for Dirty Linen, food podcast coming to you from Melbourne, Australia, and hitting you in your ears all around the world. As always, thank you so much for being with me, listening to my food chats on this show. I love doing them and I love your feedback. If you are a listener, first time, long time listener, and you like what you're hearing, please tell your friends, get them onto it as well. Leave a little 5-star rating on whichever podcast app you are listening to this. We come to you on every platform and we love doing so. So today we are focusing in on a cuisine. A new wave of Greek food is sweeping Australia. Next-gen chefs are shrugging off grills and dips cliches and bringing tastes of contemporary Athens to Melbourne, Sydney and beyond, even as some of the old stayers are reinventing themselves. One business that's never been shy of innovation is Vanilla Lounge in Melbourne's Greek hub of Oakleigh. As they open another outlet, this time focused on desserts, we catch up with Dennis Spanos about the family business and the changing face of Greek cuisine. Dennis, thank you so much for joining me on Dirty Linen.
That's awesome. Happy to be here.
Really happy to have you on the show. I am a big Vanilla Lounge fan. I love it for the possibility of coming in for one little tiny piece of baklava and leaving with about 30 pieces of cake.
Classic. Absolutely classic. Yeah.
I love the fact that you can just roll up with a group and generally get a table, whether it's downstairs or upstairs, and you can have an amazingly good, honest feed. And I'm excited about the fact that you've got a new place across the road. Tell, from your point of view, this is a family business. Tell me the backstory.
It is, yeah. So we came to Oakleigh in 2008. Oakleigh was already it was already put on the map with another cafe that was already here on the other corner called Nikos. So they were here for years and years. So Oakleigh was put on the map already with Nikos being here. That was an institution already, but it wasn't on the map for all cultures. So it was a very Greek-dominated suburb. Still is with the foods that are here. A lot of souvlaki shops, a lot of Greek shops, but there are so many cultures now that are coming through to Oakleigh and really recognising Oakleigh for its brilliant cakes, brilliant souvlaki, brilliant food. Oakleigh is really on the map now in Melbourne. It is a brilliant suburb. It's just a hub. It's like a little Athens. It's a little Athens that has 90%, other cultures coming through to come, taste our brilliance here. So it's really good. So we came in 2008. My father came to Oakleigh, started the business, and when we started, it was predominantly Greeks, and over time, we've just really more cultures have just crept in, more cultures have crept in, more cultures have crept in. And before you know it, you walk through Oakleigh, it is like a tourist destination. It's like everyone's on a holiday in Athens, and it's like the nightlife is incredible. You come here on a Wednesday night and it's like no one's got work the next day. It's just crazy. It's an amazing vibe, an amazing place.
That's so great. Tell me about your time in the business. What was it like when the family took it on? What's your role been over the years? Chief baklava taster or what?
Yeah, so when my father started the business, I've got three older sisters, and we were all just pretty much thrown in the deep end. There was no time to think. We were just full steam ahead. Everyone just grab whatever you can, go in whatever you can, and just all hands on deck. And I was in the bar. My other sister was in another section. Then my other sister was in another section. And then, my other sister was upstairs in the admin. It was just, we were all spread. We were all just, we worked well as a team, well as a family. We always have. We still are all together. My three older sisters and the partners. So we work really well, really united. I couldn't ask for a better team.
Were you always going to stick with the family business, Dennis, or did you have some forays into other fields?
Okay, so no, I was always going to do a business with my dad. During high school, I didn't really have a future, so I was a high school dropout without dropping out. And my dad always said, he'll do a business with me, something in hospitality. My family's always been in hospitality. My father's always been in hospitality his whole life. So we were going to do something. We didn't quite know what, but as soon as I finished school, he was going to do a souvlaki shop. So that's how it all came about. So he was going to do a souvlaki shop. We ended up opening up the souvlaki shop just across the strip of Vanilla. This came along, this opportunity on the corner, and my father was going to open up a cafe, like a cake and coffee shop. And he was actually, funny enough, he was actually going to call it after my name. And we said, this is absolutely suicide. So in Dennis in Greek, my Greek name is Dionysios. And we go, mate, that is absolute suicide. You're not doing that. That is ridiculous. Until my sister Vicky came up with the name Vanilla. So that's how Vanilla came about. So my sister Vicky, she's a gem with names. She's an absolute gun. So whenever we need to think of a business name or any names, she's the one to come up with the names. She's a gem.
So the whole thing's actually your rescue plan.
It was my rescue plan, and my dad gave me the golden ticket, and at the start I almost stuffed that one up too, because I was just an extreme loose unit as a kid growing up. I was just on a one-way ticket to whatever. I was just absolutely loose, but I came good in the end. I straightened myself up, and I took advantage of it.
I love it. What a great story. And it's so nice to hear how close the family still is, creating together and, being such an important employer in the southeastern suburbs of Melbourne as well. What has hospitality taught you? Like who are you today? Like, what drives you?
Hospitality is it's an amazing industry to be in. It is a hard one. I'm not going to lie. It is hard through times. You get the waves. You get the great waves. You get the hard waves. You get all sorts of waves. But one thing that's really special about hospitality is you're always connecting with people. So if you're going through a hard time and you come to work because, you just come to work and you just see someone and you just talk and you connect with people, that connection with someone really could save your life, because, mental health is like, it's really exploding right now. And hospitality is one of those industries where when you connect with someone and you just give them a little bit of, you give them a hug, And someone could be going through a bad day. And the one thing my father was my late father, was brilliant in doing is making everyone feel special, welcome, no matter who you are, no matter if you came in with, no money, you were hungry. My dad used to say, don't worry, you fix me up next time, it's fine. And that goes a long way. And people have always remembered my father for that. And it's run down to myself and my three sisters. We're very welcoming. We are a very welcoming family. We've got empathy. We've got sympathy. We've had a lot. We haven't had anything. Like, we grew up with pretty much nothing. So we've seen all different types of life. And so when we see people, we don't judge. We're not people to judge. We've seen everything. So when people come in, you don't know if they're having a hard day or not, and you just give them a hug and you just give them, how you been. They may give you a little rough story, and you just, don't worry about it. This is on me. It's, you give them a heartfelt little story, and that's the special connection with working in hospitality. It's a hard game, but it's somewhat special in many ways.
It sounds like you really see people as people, that you really take that responsibility as a responsibility. I guess Vanilla is such a community hub, and it's open all day, every day, early till late. I guess people use it in lots of different ways. Yeah,
100%. Even our staff, you ask all our staff, what are your bosses like? And, we're not ruthless bosses. We've got empathy. We see all different types of life, and with our workers, with our customers, we're just grateful for everyone, and it's a butterfly effect. Our success has come from our workers. It has come from our customers. It's come from everyone. Everyone is involved in our success, and the family is extremely grateful for that.
How do you decide what to focus on as a business? There are so many parts to the machine. What sort of conversations do you have as a family?
A lot of moving sectors. We'll sit down all together once a month, once every 2 months. Let's strategize. Let's battle plan. What are we lacking in? What food items are on the? What are the bottom 3 on the menu that are not moving? What can we replace them with? So we never get boring. Hospitality, the key is always having something new and exciting. It's not just whether you're an institution or not, all institutions have had their rise and fall. And no matter, you're never bulletproof. So you always have to innovate. You always have to bring a new game. You always have to bring your A game. What are we going to introduce that's going to grab that crowd? What are we lacking in? What age groups do we need? If money's tightened up out there because interest rates have gone too high, okay, what item can we put on the menu for under $20? It's a main item. It's going to fill someone up. It's going to fill them up and whatnot, right? So we introduced the, funny enough, they did it back of house. They called it the Dennis cheeseburger. They made fun of it anyway. It was a back of house joke, but they put it on the menu and I go, what the hell's this? It's a Dennis cheeseburger anyway. But it was $20. It came a burger, chips, and it was a really full-on meal. And you know what? It became the top 3 seller last year because the market had tightened up. So you've just got to always constantly innovate. And right now we've rebranded. We've done the dessert bar across the road. And yeah, that was just another injection to our business.
I definitely want to chat more about the dessert bar, but I'd love to touch first on the changing face of Greek food. What have you seen change in this space, whether it's about the kind of Greek food that's being served in Australia or the kinds of things that people are looking for when they come to a Greek neighbourhood such as Oakleigh?
Yeah, the Greek food, we are renowned for our Greek food. So there's so many souvlaki places. So we're not We haven't got your traditional souvlaki, but we've got those souvlaki skewers. We've got like a Greek cuisine, saganakia, halloumi. We've got all different types of dips, Greek salads, like a Greek food. But yeah, we haven't got that authentic, Greek menu like other places that are, souvlaki dominated, like actual Greece, like little Greece. So we've got a massive range on our menu. We are specialists in the Greek food division with modernised Greek food, I'd say. But we've got chicken parmas on our menu, which is the king of all kings in the Australian. We are in Australia, and the parma is the king of kings of a main food menu, a food item on the menu. So our versatility and our range of menu items is huge, and we've got everything from pastas, risottos to chicken Caesar salads to chicken parmas, Greek food. We've got a massive range, burgers, and the one thing that we do focus on is consistency. So we are firm on consistency. Keep on hitting that 8 out of 10. We don't want to hit a 5 out of 10. And sometimes when you keep on striving, it's great to strive for 10 out of 10. But what happens is you get a 10 out of 10. Can you maintain it forever? I don't think so. That's the reality. So just know that families can come out. They know exactly the food that they're going to get. It's the exact same every time. Our portions are the exact same every time. And they know that they're going to get a great meal. So that's what vanilla is. It's consistent. It's a consistent, 9 out of 10. It's consistent. Every single time you come in, you're going to get the same chip. You're going to get the same parma. If you're spending 20, 30 or 35 or 40 bucks, you're going to get the same food every single time. You're not going to be disappointed. You're not going to say, oh, it tasted amazing last time and now it tastes horrible. You're not going to get that. So that's what we strive for.
That's so interesting. I think one of my first things I look for when I review a restaurant is that a venue knows what it is and what it's trying to put out there, what it's trying to communicate. I think that sense of identity that you've got is so strong. Is that a big part of what you do, like to transmit that to your team?
100%. It's exactly that. Even with our coffees, our cakes, to be honest, are I have to say, the ingredients that we use, and even our food, like, our ingredients that we use, I'd love to say we're a 9.8 out of 10, but you know what, let's just stick to 8, 9 out of 10, just so I don't disappoint anyone if they come in, because they know it's an 8 out of 10. If they get a 9 out of 10, they're happier. So, but even with our cake ingredients, they're the highest ingredients you can get. Even our coffee, we use Duke's coffee. He's a Melbourne coffee roaster. He uses organic coffee beans. He goes to South America. He flies all over the world to source the best beans for us. Duke's, if you haven't heard of him, he's just a beautiful operator. He's an absolute whiz. So everyone that we use, I have to be honest, we use the best. We use the best of the best. Our coffee, our food, our cake ingredients. So we really pride ourselves on quality. We really do.
So, Dennis, let's talk about the dessert bar. How did the concept come about and what can people expect when they check it out?
That's amazing. Okay, so how it came about is I was sitting, myself and my wife, Chantal, I was lying down the pool. I was next to the pool and I was lying down and she goes, do you want to go to this place tonight? And I go, yeah, what place? And she goes, they've got these croissants and you can fill up your croissants with, you can do it yourself. And, you fill up your croissants with all these creams and Nutellas and pistachios and all this stuff, right? And soft serve. And I go, yeah, okay, let's go, right? And she goes, well, it doesn't exist. And I said, well, why are you saying that? Like, what are you doing? Like, I don't get it. What's the joke here? Like, why would you even bring that up? She goes, because why don't we do something like that across the road for the dessert bar? And I said, bang, you know what? you're on. So we sat down with the family. She goes, I love this concept. How do you think of this? Blah, blah, blah. And we all go, you know what? We love it. We're not just going to do your frozen yogurts and, your soft serves, your standard stuff. We are going to make that concept and just really, really, magnify it with adding pastries to it. Our toppings, we're not going to be doing 25 or 30 toppings. We're doing close to 60, and they're getting bigger and bigger. Right now, we're going to be renovating. We're going to be renovating the dessert bar even more now. So we're going to be adding an extra, I don't know, 20 flavors soon. Like we are really like making it an exciting experience. Like it's so exciting. And Chantal, my wife, has just got all these crazy ideas, and she says, Dennis, just make it happen, make it work.
What's the response been?
Overwhelming. 2 days in, we ran out of stock. So we got wiped out. At 9:30 or 9 o'clock on a Sunday, we were telling people, sorry guys, out of the 8 flavors, we've run out. Our toppings, we've run out. We pretty much got absolutely wiped out in 2 days. We were not expecting that. We had enough stock for 1 week, and right now we've got on a Friday and Saturday and Sunday night, we've got lines probably about 40 meters down the road. So it's unbelievable.
What is it? What have you tapped into, or what has Chantal tapped into? Like, what is it that you think people are looking for that you've been able to deliver?
It's having a high quality frozen yogurt, high quality soft serve, and having that an abundance of flavors, an abundance of sauces. Like whatever we think of, it's been put there. So, for example, if we run out of toppings, Chantel will say, okay, grab a whole cake. Let's throw a whole cake in there. What's a whole cake that everyone wants to have? All right, a confetti chocolate with vanilla cream cake. All right, no worries. Let's just throw it in the bowl and let people scoop it. Like, that's it. Like, whatever it's everything and anything, because we've got the bakehouse directly behind the shop.
So are you literally like carrying a cake across the street and smashing it up and it turns into a topping?
Yeah, we're literally pulling our product from next door and just pulling him in and just dropping him in the bowls, Our fresh creams, we've got like the vanilla fresh cream, strawberry fresh cream, chocolate, pistachio, whatever fresh cream you can think of, we're just throwing it in there. So everyone can just come 1 week. The next week you may come and there's another 10 different things that they haven't seen before, because we're just constantly innovating on the go, on the spot. We're just innovating. So it's really exciting.
You mentioned before, Dennis, about people are looking, wondering where they're spending their money, how they're spending their money, but they want that experience. Like, is this tapping into a similar need from your customer?
Yeah, it is. It really is, because the brilliance of it is, we all know Yochi. We all know these frozen yogurt places. They're all great in what they do. They're successful. So I can't sit here and say, oh, well, they haven't got this or they haven't got that. Whatever they're doing is working. So you can't badmouth anyone that's, doing what they're doing and succeeding. So, but what we've got is we're adding the pastry sector to this. So it's like you've got another sector. We've got more flavors. We've got more sauces. Now, I can't say that ours is better than theirs or theirs is better than ours. It's not up to me. It's up to the customers. So, but that's what we have. We have a lot of flavors. We have a lot of sauces. We have high quality ingredients. Our signature Greek yogurt is just absolutely epic, because it just tastes like frozen Greek yogurt. That's my favorite one. But what we have is add those pastries to it, and all of a sudden you've got a different dynamic to this game. You're having a heated up cookie that's topped off with, soft serve ice cream, fries on top, with Belgian milk chocolate melted on top. It's absolutely epic, right? So you can't lose. It's what we wish we had when we were kids, and now you've got it.
You're fulfilling the dreams. I love it, Dennis. How great. I wish you continued success with that. Obviously, your dad's been a super important person in your life. You mentioned that he's passed away. I'm really sorry for your loss. I'm sure that's felt by the whole family. What is he left you with?
He left us with a lot of wisdom, a lot of heart. He was a real people's person, and that's what we learnt off him. The way he used to act, the way he used to be. Like, we've absorbed a lot. He never used to sit me down and give me dad pep talks or anything like that. I never had that relationship, but I learnt so much from him just by watching him, how he was with the public, how he was with the people. He gave me the golden ticket, and I'll always be grateful for him. Wherever I can put his photo behind me, that's a painting of him. Like, wherever we can put him at the front of our shop, we've done a massive mural of his face. So, like, wherever I can have him, I will, because I was proud to be his son. Didn't say that to his face, but he knew. Look, at the end of the day, we never had that bond relationship. We never clashed either. We were just, like, good mates. But he knew how much I loved him, and I know how much he loved me. And he's done so much for me. It's crazy. Like, he's actually set up my life immensely. If it wasn't for him, I don't know what I'd be doing now. I don't know where I would be. I don't know if I would be, I can't even say, you know what I mean? So I was a loose cannon. So without him, I wouldn't be the man I am today. So he's left a legacy, and it's up to us to continue his legacy and keep on being, never forget where we came from. And no matter how high or how low you are, it's just carrying through his legacy, because that's what he would be proud of. He was a people's person, and that's what we are going to run with, and that's what we're going to continue running with, essentially. Yeah.
Family businesses aren't always easy, with a lot of personalities and opinions. Like, what do you do as a family to keep things on track, Dennis?
Everyone has their own role. Everyone has their own sector. Obviously, I mean, every family business has its ups and downs. But we all have our own little section. We're not harsh too. So, for example, if one person in the family can't produce for 6 months to a year, and they're struggling or whatever, we're not going to hold anything against anyone. We're not like that as a family. Whatever you can do, whatever you can contribute, that's great. That's what it's all about. Whatever you can do, however hard you can go, that's all we ask. If you can't, you can't. It's not. We're not holding anyone, hostage for anything. Like, we're very easy and well going.
And for you employ a lot of people, Dennis, at Vanilla. Like, what would you say to someone who was thinking about hospitality as a career? What should they expect to get out of it, and what should they look for when they're checking out different workplaces?
It's hard. So hospitality, staff is probably in the highest sector of stress. You're constantly looking for new workers, people. It's hospitality, so they come in and out. A lot of our workers are studying, and they've just got their side job, so they're it's not their full-time job, but when they leave, we need to replace. So it's hospitality. I'm not going to lie, it is an extremely hard game, but it is an amazing game. So like, it is an exciting game. It is a great industry to be in. And again, I wouldn't be telling someone to go in and invest all their money that they've got to start up a hospitality, business. But if they had extra money and they had a great business plan and they've drawn it all out and they've done like the real breakdown and costings and they've done conservative projections, and the conservative projections tick off, then yes, I would suggest have a crack. Just go for it. Doesn't matter. It is what it is. If you've got something to lose, because majority of the hospitality businesses shut within the first 1 to 2 years. So it is a scary number. But if you succeed, you're in a great place. You're in a really good place.
Yeah, it's so interesting. I think a lot of hospitality businesses open up perhaps without that conservative business plan. It's a little bit more on a wing and a prayer. But I guess what I often hear from people is that there's so much that's unexpected. So many curveballs can come at you through hospitality, things that you perhaps don't expect. But then I guess also you can do things that the market perhaps doesn't expect, like putting fries on a frozen yogurt with a croissant underneath. So
even having maple syrup bacon, gnocchi, fries. It's just great. Like whatever we can think and find, we're throwing it in. There's no holding back. We've got the kitchen here and we've got the bakehouse straight directly behind it. So we are just thinking of whatever whacked ideas we can think of, whatever. Just have a crack. Just put it in. See if it works. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Who cares?
Well, I'm going to keep an eye out for the chicken parma froyo that you'll be putting up there one day, Dennis. Thank you so much for sharing with us today. It's really great to catch up and get a flavour of everything vanilla. But yeah, wish you all the best with the core business and the fun one across the road.
Thank you so much. It's been great.
This is Dirty Linen, and I'm Dani Valent. We air the issues that the hospitality industry finds hard to talk about, hearing from different people with unique perspectives. We want to hear from you as well. If you have something that needs to be said about a topic, get in touch so we can include your perspective. Contact us at dirtylinen@deepintheweeds.com.au or hit us up on Insta at Dirty Linen Podcast. We can't wait to hear from you.
This